So one thing that really captures our imagination about Star Wars, and we have a real fascination for, is the expanded universe characters. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Star Wars in and of itself is such a broad, 6-movie and now, several animated series kind of incarnation, that there's just a host of secondary characters that kind of flood through the storylines or inhabit the art of the graphic novels that in and of themselves are incredible designs and just really represent the richness that this universe has created. And, obviously we love the Han Solos and the Lukes and the Darth Vaders, but, after a while, you kind of like to play with the more exotic or, the lesser known characters and look to bring them to life in a little bit of that same iconic way that we represent all of the mainstay characters. So one that really captured our imagination was Aurra. This is another great bounty hunter, and the bounty hunter theme that runs through Star Wars is just incredible, with Boba Fett as sort of the reigning guy in the pantheon, but there's all these other great characters as well. And Aurra made an appearance in the first film, but she also made a really impactful appearance in one of the Clone Wars episodes, which we're also really big fans of. But there's always been a really great photograph of her, the live-action actress, and we thought, this is such a stoic, really great representation of this character. Let's just interpret this EU character in this very realistic manner and in a way that the fans have already seen this representation. So great character. She's got this great white pallid skin, this bald head with this incredible top knot of braids and orange hair cascading off the top of her head. Again, this great orange jumpsuit that's a mixture of gunslinger leather, gun belts, and everything else. She has this incredible spider-like hand issue that we had to kind of contend with, because in the films it's sort of a big prosthetic device, but we really kind of wanted to work with that aspect and tweak it just a little bit so it had a sense of, well, if you really had long fingers like that, how would they function? And so we made them a little thinner, a little more spidery, which is kind of the way that they interpreted it in the Clone Wars animated version. So it kind of brings up another interesting point, and that is that there's a great sense, especially as you're interpreting the EU characters and the way they've been interpreted by Lucasfilm, in that they're not afraid to kind of shape and hone the design a little bit as it moves through the material. And so we really wanted to kind of catch up the way that it was represented in the live-action film with the Clone Wars and create this synthesis of the two to create this really great premium format piece.